You're reading just to read, but when you're reading, are you really soaking in that knowledge and understanding what are you reading? And that was something that I had to learn because I would just read stuff and then I'd be like, okay, I studied, I read, but I'm not understanding what I read. When I go and take the test and I'm failing the test, that's because I didn't know how to properly study. Going into college, I had to change a lot of my study habits and I had to adapt. You're on your own. You're in an auditorium with 300 students. The professor doesn't know your name. He may not know your name for the whole semester. You're on your own. Nobody's breathing down your neck. Your mom and dad not telling you go to sleep at this time. Nobody's telling you what to do. You're on your own. So you have to learn how to use your time management wisely. You're gonna have to learn how to, put yourself in the right driver's seat. I look at it like this. You don't want anybody driving your car. So you have to drive your own car. Look at it like that. Your life is your car, right? You have to drive it to the best ability. So you have to put yourself in the right situation to be successful. Okay, so now we're going to give you guys a few pointers. So how to better yourself. So can you guys define success?
Happiness.
How can you define success? Yes, ma'am.
You working to the best of your ability.
Working to the best of your ability? Yes, sir.
It would be different for different people.
Yeah, so your success may be different than my success. My success is like this. Hold on. Yes, ma'am.
Making sure you're happy with the job you got.
Okay, so we all have different definition of success. My definition of success is how many people can I inspire? So when I wake up in the morning and I'm like, okay, how can I be successful? So today I woke up and I knew I was coming to speak to you guys today. What I want to take away from this is how many of you guys that I can inspire. That is my definition of success. How many people can come under my wing and be motivated by the words that I speak? That is my definition of success. So all of our definition of success may be different. Yours may be different from mine. Yours is, like she said, making sure she's happy with her job. So you have to learn how to define success for yourself and chase that success. You're gonna learn how to, be able to go get it. I had to develop a go-getter's attitude, right? Because if you don't have that go-getter's attitude, you don't have that drive, you don't have that ambitious, it's easy for you to fall off the cliff. And that's what I want to get into. Nothing is permanent. So you may be going through a situation right now. You may be failing tests or something like that. You may be failing a course. But that doesn't mean that you're a failure in life. That doesn't mean that you're not smart enough. It just means, you're going through it right now. But like I said, nothing is permanent. So it was a time in college where, like I said, I had got the 33. I felt that I was going to fail the course. So come the second test, I was able to get a 78, right? So I'm still at that C average. So now it's time for the final, and I need I think an 82. I had to get an 82 to get at least a C minus or a B in the course. I knew I didn't want to start off getting C's because C's ultimately bring your GPA down. So I had to really cram and study. I studied for about 2 to 3 weeks for the final. And can you guys guess what I got on the final exam?
100.
94.
92.
88.
Who said 92?
I said 94.
I got a 91 on the final. I got a 91 on the final, and I was able to get that B. And I started off with a 33, and I could have easily gave up after that 33. I could have easily like, you know what? I'm just gonna fail this course. I'll retake it next semester. No, sir. That's not the idea. That's not the mentality that you want to have while you're in college. Because if you get into failing, it's gonna become a habit, and you're gonna go for those C's. All right. Now C's is passing, but ultimately brings your GPA down. You're gonna have a C average, C GPA, 2.5. You're applying for jobs and looking at your GPA, and they're like, oh, you need above a 3.0 to get that job. So you don't want to develop bad habits while you're in school. Believe in yourself. Invest in yourself. Don't try to keep up with the others. So how many of you guys you like sports, right? What are your favorite sports players? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Soccer. So who's your favorite soccer player? Yeah, a lot. Okay. Yes, sir.
Football.
Football. Who's your favorite player?
Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson. Okay. Texas fan.
Yeah.
Me too.
Basketball, Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie Irving. I like him too. So this is what I like to tell you. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to treat yourself as the star player. Treat yourself as you that star player. Believe that you're that Kyrie Irving or you're that Deshaun Watson, right? My favorite player is Steph Curry. So I look at myself like I'm the star of my team, right? So you have to do things that a star player wouldn't do and a star player would do. That means you have to set the tone and set the example for others. You have to be better than your peers. Your peers, let's say you're hanging out with a group of friends, they're doing things that they shouldn't be doing. Going out, doing things that you shouldn't be doing at this age right now. Will you be a follower and go and follow, or will you be a leader and pick yourself up like, you know what, I'm going to be able to walk the other way, and I don't care if you guys call me lame. That's when you have to invest in yourself because nobody else is going to invest in you. As you grow up and you're going to realize your parents are here, but they're not going to be around forever. They're not going to be able to hold your hand forever. It's going to become a time where you're, like I said, I'm on my own right now. And I don't mean that, literally, but My parents are back in home in Houston. I'm here, and I'm by myself. And it's like every day I wake up, nobody's telling me what to do. I have to make my own decisions. So that's when you have to pick yourself out the ground and realize that you're your own person. You have to invest in yourself because nobody else is going to invest in you. And what else I like to tell people is don't be afraid to go outside the box. I was able to attend a sermon for Man of Honor at UTSA, and Marcus Thomas, he's a pastor in San Antonio. He kept saying this over and over, and he kept saying, "Spill the beans." For the longest, I wasn't understanding, what he's saying. What do you mean, spill the beans? So as he's telling us this, he's saying, you have an idea that's boiling inside of you, right? But you don't have the courage or the confidence to let it out because you may be afraid of what people are going to say or the flash or the feedback that you're going to gain from it. So let's say you have a multi-million-dollar idea in your mind. Let's say it may be, what are some ideas that you have in your mind that you want to let the world know?
A robotic back scratcher.
Well, me, I have this idea that there's this headset you can actually hook up to a gaming system for parents, and it'll limit the amount of gaming time that the children will have, depending on their responsibilities.
That's the Nintendo Switch.
That is one of the nicer ideas. I like that. Hey, let's give him a round of applause. I like that. So let's say you have this idea inside of you, but you don't have the confidence to let it out, right? And you may pass away from years from now, and then that idea is left inside of you because you didn't spill the beans. Now, that could have made you millions of dollars, but like I said, you didn't spill the beans. So for me, my spilling the beans was creating my own nonprofit. This was something that, I asked myself, should I do it? And I was very, scared to do it. And I was like, I don't think it'll be successful. We have launched in April 2017. We're 6 months in, and we have done more things than an average nonprofit would have done in this short of time. We have awarded scholarships. I have serviced over 100 community service hours to my peers and for the surrounding communities in Houston and San Antonio. We have sponsored local tours for the children's shelters. I have sponsored events for the emergency park. I have spoke at different places to kids, and I have awarded over 50 boxes from the Sanders HAND. And that's because I was able to spill the beans. And when I was able to spill the beans, a lot of doors was able to open up for me, right? Not only was I able to meet different people and network and meet kids every day, and I was able to inspire others, doors was able to open it for me. I was able to get new job positions. I had got 4 internships in the past 3 to 4 months off of me networking and just being the person that I am. Now, for next summer, I have secured a job position at Walmart as an operations manager for next summer, and that was one of my biggest achievements thus far. Being able to get an internship and get the chance to be able to go into a company and brand myself and market myself as a potential employee. And that's because I was able to spill the beans, step outside my character, do something for my community, and also become a better person. Now with this, it has taught me a lot as well. It has taught me how to talk to people. It's taught me how to properly handle certain situations and be a leader. Now, a lot of us, you may call yourself a leader, but how can you properly be a leader? That's what I had to learn on my own. And I learned, and it's still a learning process. I'm not going to say that I'm done learning, but it's still something that I'm learning, and I'm getting better at each and every day. Alright, so on this slide, I like to relate to you guys. I'm just like you guys. I graduated high school in 2015, right here in 2017, so I'm about 2-3 years out of high school, still fresh. My college route during high school. Now you guys are in one of the greatest positions ever because you guys are also getting your high school credits, but you're getting your college credits as well. So you guys will graduate here with a high school diploma and an associate's degree, while the average student will graduate with just a high school diploma. So you guys will graduate with that associate's degree. You're going to go to university, spend another 2 to 3 years, obtain that bachelor's degree, and you're going to be, 21 years old with a bachelor's, an associate's, and a high school diploma at 20 or 21 years old. That is one of the greatest things ever because you have that experience and you have 2 degrees on your belt. So when employers are putting up your resume, they're looking like, oh wow, these kids, these persons, they're very intelligent. You're going to get that job, maybe 9 times out of 10 just because of you guys made the right decision by coming to an early college academy. So I want to ask you guys this: what made you or what inspired you to come to an early college versus a regular traditional high school? Yes, ma'am.
I want to earn the scholarship and stuff, just getting there with that simple.
Okay, that's nice. Yes, ma'am.
Well, my brothers are senior here that works with my dad, and he's a sophomore, and my dad kind of heard this school from him, so he was trying to get me into it, and I ended up liking it.
Oh, okay. And yes, ma'am.
Like, a lot of people in my family, never went to college, so I wanted to be one of the first people to go.
So first generation college student? That's amazing. Do you have any siblings that's younger than you?
Huh?
Do you have any siblings that's younger than you?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So now you're becoming the leader. You're setting the tone for your younger siblings.
Yeah.
That is amazing, and that's one of the best feelings. I also have a younger brother. He's in high school. He's a freshman just like you guys, and I want him to follow in my footsteps, you know. And I don't want him to choose the same career path as me because we all have different career paths. But I also want him to become a man and go to college and get the degree so we can sit back and make our mom proud and we can take care of her when we become adults and have our own family. So mistakes as a freshman. I made mistakes as a freshman in high school and college. In high school, I used sports as it was kind of my main priority. Now, going into high school, I felt like, okay, I'm going to go to the NBA, right? You know, I feel like I'm going to the NBA. I didn't go. I feel like I was too small, and then, you know, it didn't work out for me. You know, so I was able to go to college for my academics versus me going on a basketball or athletic scholarship. So what I get at is you have to prioritize things. So the things that are mainly important to you, that are mainly significant, those always have to be at the top. The things that are not that important, please don't put those before the needs, because these are your needs. These are the things that you have to do. Down here, maybe the wants. You're gonna have to learn how to balance the two. Now, let's say you have a exam Monday morning. All your friends are going out to this big party Sunday night. They don't have the exams, but you do. But you don't want to miss out on hanging out with your friends because you don't want to be, let's say, a lame or something like that, right? You don't want to go home and study all night. What will you make in that decision? Will you go home and study, or will you go out and hang out with your friends? Knowing you have an exam Monday morning at 8 a.m.
I have no friends.
I don't even like
in that situation, you're gonna have to learn how to make the right choice. It's funny because people in that situation, they may go out and party knowing they have an exam the next morning. Then they fail the exam, ultimately fail the class, have to retake the class, pay for the class again. Then on top of paying for that class, they're gonna add another fee because you have already taken that course, and that's because you made the wrong decision. And in college, you have to make the right decision. Not only in college.